We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he gets this up past the 40. That one goes for 8 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Hurts on the option right. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Hurts throw there, taken in by Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Hurts. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Done good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, ready. 10 cycles. Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jefferson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Cowboys are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Lance's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Hey, check mega.
Here's Lance to throw it. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Ready.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
Hands it off out of the gun. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Now Lance on the bootleg. And this one is incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. It's Flores. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Here we go.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Flores. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His 2nd catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, that it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
52 blaster.
To throw, it's Lance. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
On play action, Lance. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now done for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Let's go now.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Started the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Down.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Hurts with a quick throw, complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Done good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Eagles 21, Cowboys nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
On the double.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Flores. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught. Smith. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 6. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Here's Christopher Dunn now for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
you don't
down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's Lance. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to pull them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Lance looking to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now Lance. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here we go. Set.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Trouble 38. Set.
The Lance going to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Set. Ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The Lance now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
And we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing is Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! A.J. Brown from 13 yards out. And the Eagles take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Done good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10.
John, 17.
Throwing now is Lance. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
52.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready up.
From midfield, here's Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Flores. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw. Lance. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Ready, set.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Lance again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Working from the gun, Lance. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Damone Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Done good with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
52 blaster. Hey, go Fury.
Now Lance throwing on second down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
Watch out now. 52.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Now a play fake. Lance. That is caught by Lamb. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. We have played 3 quarters. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here. He finds his man, complete. It's Flores. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Strike. Check. Strike.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
No contact.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! Off to the races. Moving inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Done good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Lance now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Flores. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's Lance to throw it. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready.
Again, it's Lance. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Check view.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Flores. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw, it's Lance. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Right, 97. Ready.
They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they take a knee. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Eagles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.